My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In this live stream, this video, what we're going to be doing is performing our YouTube SEO Mastermind. So every single Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., even on my birthday, right? 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursdays, every Thursday, rain, sleet, snow, or sunny, we're going to be here every Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So what we do here primarily is we're going to have 2 hours. All right. Moving forward, because we're progressing, right? Things move. So how I want to structure this after this one, of course, is once I reach capacity, we're always going to have a public, right? So we'll do the first hour public. And then if there's anything that you want to share that's private, maybe a private audit, let me know during the stream so then we can have a breakout session for the last hour. If not, we'll continue to stream across the webs, right? But I'd like to have a breakout session where, hey, maybe you can be more open. Hey, maybe you can jump on. There is a share link. You can join me, talk live, show your asset if you'd like, your website or GBP, whatever you need help with, if I can help you. And maybe stuff that you don't want broadcasted on YouTube or shared to every other platform under the sun, right? So in any case, some more things that I just want to address other than every single Thursday, no matter what, rain, sleet, snow, or sunny, will be here 4 to 6 Eastern Standard Time for local SEO, Google Maps. It's an SEO mastermind. We're doing group consulting, group coaching, and then if and when we have time, we're looking to build out mini trainings to help you and everyone else, right? And anyone else, really. With that being said, I want to point out something, all right? I need to make sure that I address this because I noticed that we have quite a few people that are within the mastermind, but not everyone has taken the time to join. And I want to point this out. You're already a member of the YouTube Mastermind. I would implore you to please take the time to head on over here to SEOmastermind.org. All right. What I want to make sure that people that are in the mastermind, you'll get free testing. I run a testing group. You know, some weeks are slower than others, but we look to produce between 1 and 3 tests a week. Besides that, on top of that, you'll get complimentary trainings, discounts on trainings, discounts on services. You'll get the actual newsletter. You'll get the tests. You'll get the discounts. You'll get access to the trainings that are free. You'll get access to those. Like all this stuff that is yours, right? You have to get on the list. Now, how this platform works, in order to get on that list specifically, head over to SEOmastermind.org. All right. This is one of my assets. When you come on over here, we made a box to make it seamless. Up at the we made a menu, an anchor text up at the very top. It says YouTube Mastermind, as you can see. Click on that. When you click on that, you'll be brought to a screen that looks identical to this. All right. Join YouTube Mastermind. All right. So let's just see where this goes. Give me 1 second. So now that we're in YouTube Mastermind, you can use a discount code in order to get into the private community where uploads will be, where discount codes will be, where trainings will be, first access to trainings, results, tests, everything that's yours already is right here. What you want to do is you want to type in YTTMM. All right, apply. That maybe I copied it wrong, perhaps. Let's rewind. Let's start back over. Here, come on over here. Let's do it this way. Let me just see something here real quick. Give me 1 second here. Nah, it should be right inside of here. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Oh, if you have a question, please go ahead and throw that in there. What we'll do is we'll do hot seat. I'll work through your questions first and foremost. Let me go over here to the live stream and see if I have a great gentleman that helps me out with things, especially like links. So let me just see if I can get over there. private chat. I don't see them. Yep, it's just moi. Yeah, I can't believe this. It's making me bananas. Anyway, make sure you put your questions in. I'll get directly into that. Let me just see here. What's it saying? Invalid discount. Okay. So let's go here to free. Yeah, I don't know why the code isn't working. I just want you guys have to go and get a free item so you can get on the list. Also, I built a community inside of here where I'll share everything. Like it's a stream. In order to get the information, you have to get the free item. So what I did do is I took it over here. So let's see if I can get over here. Give me a moment here while you get your questions in. I'll go and check this because I want to make sure that you get the stuff that's yours. You'll get the free links. You'll get everything that's yours. I want to make sure that you get it. All right. I don't want any confusion on what's included or what's not. I want to make sure everybody's happy is the goal here. All right. So let me get that for you. I might have went to the wrong section, which I make mistakes. Bear with me here. Let me see here. I actually shared it inside of a post. So here's what we'll do. We'll create a post. Let me just go down the list here. All right. So here you go. Give me your email here. So here we go. If you check inside of the community tab only too, I shared where to go there. It's a YouTube mastermind group. I just went to the wrong link. That's all. All right. I thought for some reason that he added it up here to the top in order to go into the actual the community that's within the mastermind. It's free. All you have to do is go over there. So here, I got it all set up now. So here, let's go back to that. I apologize for technical difficulties. In any case, what you'll want to do is head over here. I'll put it inside the chat. YouTube Mastermind Dash Group. All you have to do here is click this button, right? And where it says, buy, you actually just click this button. I already have an account, so it's not going to work for me. But here, look it. I'll show you this. So you come inside of here, go to New Incognito, go to this link. I'll share it inside the chat, or I'll put a QR code up for you. Click on this. All right. You got to have your email and password. All right. So it's going to keep asking me for that, but I already have it. So that's that. In any case, let me put this over here for you, and then I won't talk about it ever again. I'll spare you. But here, I'll put it in a ticker at the bottom for you guys. So head on over here. It's free. All right. It's included in the membership. Go to that URL there. Or if you want, you could just scan it with your phone if you're on your phone. And you can go here. All right. Join Mastermind Community. Mastermind Community. So this is the link, secondary text. Join free. Okay. And then here, I'll even put a little image there. All right. And I'll put the birthday because, well, today's my birthday. Here, ready? Boom. Now we got a double whammy up there. So, all right. Now I want to point out the very last thing. All right. And I see that we got some questions in, so that's going to be super cool. We'll take care of that. All right, so we have our questions here. Use code YTTMM. YTMM. All right. There you go. Done deal. So there's the link. You have QR. Now let's get into some questions because I'd like to start. I want to finish off. We have an on-page SEO training. It's about to be done. How to actually do the math of on-page. There's countless examples of us figuring out the math and ranking. So if you want to learn how to do the on-page manually, so then you know how to assess the tools for yourself. If you're using a tool, then you'll have that ability. All right. So that's that. So here, let's hide that. And there's everything that you need right below. Okay. So let's go ahead into here. I'll put it into chat. You can't. All right. And then use this code YTMM. Use code. All right. I just want to make sure you guys sign up, and that's enough of that. All right. So let's move on here. Let's scroll up to the very, very top and unspoken break 52. Hey, Chris, it's Jaden. Hi, Jaden. Happy birthday. Thank you. That's my daughter's friend. He's a nice kid. Hope you have a great birthday, and I hope I can see you soon. I guess. I don't want to say that I want to meet with a young gentleman, but it'll be nice when I see you too, sir. Christopher ML says, when optimizing a location page for a particular city, is there a benefit to mentioning geographic entities like zip codes or neighborhoods within the city? All right. So Christopher is asking this question here, like zip codes or neighborhoods within the city. Zip codes and entities. So the answer is yes. The zip codes, if that's what you want to have on your pages, you're the webmaster, it's completely up to you. But what I would focus on is if I'm focused on a specific city and I want to target towns or neighborhoods within that city, right? What I would double check and make sure of is do a search in Google. Do a search for the city. Then do a search for the neighborhood or the town within that city. So plumber plus city, plumber plus neighborhood. Does Google show the same results? If yes, then that neighborhood could be included into this page. Now, what I would want to mention is the actual, like, what's the name of the neighborhood? And then on top of that, if you want to add a zip code, you can. But most notably, we want to make sure that that's a actual A tag. It could go maybe to your location page, if you have one, if you built one. Or we want to make sure that we're linking to a directional map to go from that location to our main location, an A tag, a zip code, and the actual entity. So the answer is yes. I got a comment like, hey, you don't always need to drill down into everything. So I'm going to work on this. All right. So I've got like 4. Okay. So by all means, Daniel, I have no problem helping whatever questions you need. There you go. Yep, I think you guys can see this message. So this is Michael, a great friend of mine. YTMM is the code. And of course, yep, that's exactly what I told them. It's a complimentary or free community that's included in their subscription to the mastermind where we share everything, discount codes, courses, training, everything. All you have to do is go give the email. So that way you can get our newsletter, a free test and everything, and you get the community. It's a win-win-winny. Right? So thank you, Michael, for reminding me of that. Moving into this, so assuming the city name plus service is already in the title, URL, H1, H2, and body of the page. Well, right, the primary city is in those places. I would hope so, right, for proper optimization. I would also hope that the density level of the primary city has been utilized far significantly more than the neighborhoods or the towns, of course, right? But if we're pointing to neighborhood pages or cities, right? Or at least we service those areas, we need to mention those within the page. All right. More notably, it would be really nice if we could mention it and then hyperlink to a directional map or something on maps, or maybe a review that mentions that particular neighborhood or city. Whatever the case may be, it would be good to have it as an A tag and definitely have it written on that page. Or if you want to make H4s to where you're listing the neighborhoods that you service, even if you don't have another page for them, that's fine too. Now, if you decide to go up the neighborhood page route, not recommended unless you've done the homework and each one of those neighborhoods or towns deserves its own page. 90% of the time it doesn't. It could be encompassed inside of that big city page, right? Because Google's showing the same results. I want to be the authority of this city and the neighborhoods in it. All right. I hope that helps you out. All right. More than SEO, I'm noticing that newer social platforms. Here, let's see if we can pop this up here. All right. So I'm noticing that newer social platforms like Mastodon are starting to get individual posts indexed in SERPs. Other than quality posting plus a handful of tier twos, would you do anything else? I don't know what Mastodon is, right? But building links to links that you've created has been a longtime fan favorite of helping things stay indexed, right? Getting the initial crawl to become indexed is relatively simple. The cheapest and the junkiest crawling, aka indexing services, can do that, right? Get it initially crawled. The indexing API can do that. It's really a crawler, right? And that means that it's been indexed. Google knows it exists. Google's giving us credit for it. Now, the hard part is keeping that in search results, right, past the filter, and keeping it getting crawled by Google. Because if it's in the search results, that's why it's more valuable, because it's continuously getting recrawled, right? But we've already gotten link equity, right? So to answer your question, if that's one of the platforms that you're using as a link to an asset to get the initial crawl, okay, awesome, you found one. But I still like building links to the links if it's something I want to keep indexed. Again, if I want to keep it indexed or in search results, the value is because if it's in the search results, it's continuously getting crawled, right? If it's continuously getting crawled, it won't be considered a ghost link and fall out of favor by Google in, say, 6 months. It's really like 4 months. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So I have a website in German. I am in the SERPs and GMB. 8.3 average position for German traffic. All on page learned from you. Thank you, Daniel. So I have a website in German. You're doing great in SERPs, and the GMB is at 8. So the GMB is working its way up, but your organic is excellent, and the on page is what I've helped you work with, and I'm happy to do that. How do you join the live? Well, sir, you can't. You specifically cannot, my friend. It's a private group. it's actually for mastermind members. All right. So overall German link building. Yes. Overall German link building is pretty expensive. From what I can find, so I am looking for more frugal approaches. German link building can be expensive. I think one option could potentially, because we're talking about Germany, different algos, slightly different servers for sure. Allocating dollars towards assets that previously existed could potentially be an option for you. Another option is I would really take a look out there at some of your leading competition because I've worked in the German markets before. And what I quickly realized is a lot of the link placements that they get out there, like they're not doing guest post link building, at least what we were doing, right? It was easy to get directory links. It was easy to get different types of citations, different types of web twos. I would take a look at your competition, see what they have, and gather up that German stuff. Now, just because it's German and your site's in Germany, right, doesn't mean that my whole backlink profile has to be all German. Like Google doesn't see any boundaries. Like ideally, yes, I want those. But if you look at your leading competitors, I bet you that a percentage of their links are non-German. All right, so I wouldn't get overly obsessed. All right, Daniel. The website is a few years old. Okay. What is the best approach for local citations? Is I need to use German address for them. I do not have a German phone. Well, I would acquire a German phone or a German phone number. And I would almost bet, maybe not the house on it, but I would bet that you can acquire a virtual number that initiates in Germany. A lot of servers are in Germany. Like I know that IT is big, so I'm betting you could find something, right? So that'll address that particular issue. And then as far as setting up the rest of it, I think you know the rest of the process, right? Because we're in the group together. So Mo, backlinks have not been indexed. Depending on what the backlinks are. So if let's say you got a press release, right? Like press release links over the course of time, they purge, right? Some citations, because especially anything that's duplicate, citations, directories, PR, those are essentially the same stuff over and over and over, and they get omitted over the course of time, or stuff may purge. So those types of links, we like to build links to them. Mo, aside from that, if there are other types of links or pages on your site, the indexing API, and then really it's build links to those links. But if they're dumping right out, you know, I would take a look at the link. Like just double check. Like usually it's build links to those links. That's the easiest thing to do. That's why I'm so hot on GSA. Like GSA, it's so cheap and inexpensive to run, and I'm able to build links to links. Like that's what it's used for. So is the Google stack still effective? Again, I only offer two types of products. I heard you say something along the lines, it works for products with a few services only. So the only time now, and I showed it inside the group, we have, I believe, I mean, it took, I think that I have a folder. It's either 125 or 195. I think it's like 195 different one page, one service sites, right? They have one service, one location. They only do one thing. And we build stacks for them, specifically those types of businesses. One site, one location, one everything, and we'll build a stack. But as far as multi-location or sites that are much higher competition, we generally steer clear. There's a lot of time investment there. And usually I can get more oomph or more bang for my buck with guest posts or homepage links, press releases, horror links, that type of stuff. But if it's a single page, single service, like they're not looking to take over the world. Like it's, that with a press release, some citations, and a web 2 pack, I can usually get them up over where they need to be. So based on competition, how many services, how many locales, that's what I would look at. But right now, most of my clients now are multi-location. We don't do it for multi-location, to be honest. Like I think we even took it out of the white label store, So I don't even think we white label that anymore. All right. There you go. All right. So Daniel has another question here. So an expired domain question. I ran into an expired domain of a German movie. My website is German. The title of the movie and its domain are very much a match for me. Excellent. It's a link profile is interesting, generic anchors like mostly official website, and it's got links from Wikipedia, IMDb, and other authoritative websites lower than these two. Okay. But what I would make sure of is, does it have a high count of referring domains? Like when I say high count, more than 500. Because what you're going to find is when you initiate, if you do a 301 or a page to page 301, which is what I would do, or you set it up, let everything reindex, and then 301. That's another option. There's still going to be lossage when some websites see that 301. Like it's just going to block it. So you're going to lose a lot of referring domains. So if you're going to purchase a domain for referring domains, make sure it has a high referring domain count. All right. You'll just find better success overall. Man, I tested the snot out of that. Like buying domains, letting them sit. Okay, how long do I have to let them sit? How many links on average do you lose? A lot of them, you'd be surprised how much you lose. All right. Its link profile is interesting. Okay. Hey, Carlos, how old are you? I am 39 today. Thank you for asking, sir. All right, Daniel, the domain is parked. Not sure if that means it's dropped. Park is fine. All the who is report is status connect. Wondering if it's worth the crapshoot. Considering to 301 it. I wouldn't 301 it right from the rip. What I would do is I would grab that domain, set it up on inexpensive hosting like a buck host or hide it on a CDN. Let everything reindex. Make sure that the site goes into the index. What about internal pages? Do they go to the index? Like search results, I should say. Does it make it into search results? If it makes it into search results, you're probably clean. But if you set that up and it doesn't launch into search results right away by setting up the structure, the page structure, it doesn't have to be exact copy of the page. In fact, I would steer clear of doing that. But what I would ensure is that the structure is the same. So make sure that the structure is identical, set those pages up, see which referring domains come in, make sure that the good ones are still there. And then I would do a page to page redirect, meaning that I would go into the HTA access file and 301 a page to a page on your new website that's relevant. Do not 301 redirect a domain that you go and buy from homepage to homepage. Like just 301 the whole thing to a homepage, you will rock your site. It could go either way. So I would steer clear of that. All right. So happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, Modern Moms. Appreciate that. All right. So DB Cohen says, it's aiming for a country worth it, or should we focus on cities inside that country? County. My mistake. So is going for a county worth it? In my opinion, here's what I would do. Here's what we almost always do. Almost 100% of the time, like 95% of the time, we do it just like this. Okay. So let's here. I'm gonna draw this and keep this. So I'm gonna take my time on this, get other questions in. If not, we'll move into a training. But here, let's do this in pink. All right, so we have pink. So here is this. That's the main. Okay. Here, let's go in the middle. So here we go. Ready? And I'm going to keep this forever. So I'm going to try to take my time on this one. All right. So enhance ink shapes. It should snap to shape. Yep, there we are. So that's going to be the home page. And then what we'll have is we're going to have okay. Here, I want to make something more clear though. This is my mistake. Here, I apologize. Here, 2, 3, right? Here. Like I said, I want to keep this. So there's 2 structures that we almost always use, okay? A lot of times what we're finding is that it could be better to go this way. So you have your primary service, and then okay. All right. Now, inside of this color, yellow, well, I'll tell you what these pages are. This one, this one, this one, this one. All right. And then again, I want to draw this one time. I probably don't need to reference each of these, but I will. All right. And then this is the home page. I slowed down my mouse. All right. So here. This is bothering me a little bit. Again, I want to keep this. I apologize for you that have maybe gone through this with me before, but there are some newer people with us. So, all right. Now there's 2 structures. All right. There's flat, which a lot of local service businesses are going flat, but it's not completely flat. And I'm going to explain here right now exactly what's going on here. So this, here, let's speed this up now. This is the homepage. Or here, I'll do it with an actual structure. So website.com. Okay. So that's this one. Website.com. All right. So that's the homepage. This right here, here, we'll do an example. Let's use law, because I've broken down doing a physical silo. That this is how a lot of service businesses, you should be laying stuff out. I notice this a lot. All right. You don't always have to do this. It depends on the SERP, but I'll give you both. And then meanwhile, just go ahead and give me the questions if you have any. All right. This is going to be, so this is law.com / car accident lawyer. Okay. So that's this page, right? So we have law.com. This is law.com / car accident lawyer. Now, these over here are this. Car accident lawyer Houston. Okay. Ah, it won't let me have it. That's okay. Here. Lawyer Houston. Here, I won't do them all, just for sake of time, so I don't drive you people crazy. All right. So we'll say this is car accident lawyer Houston. We'll come back over here. This could be Control C. Austin. Okay. So this is Austin. And then this one could be, say, Dallas. Okay? Here. I'll never draw this out again. So this right here is Dallas. Okay? All right, now these, here's our car accident lawyer. These here are supporting the main concept. This is supporting articles, right? So how is this done? Car accident lawyer. How much? This is a common question. How much does a car accident lawyer cost? Bam. Here. I should be able to fit that on here. Right there. Okay. Now let's explain this. Sorry that it took that extra time to do this, but now you know. And then this right here is info. This is more info. It's the same exact thing as this. It's the same thing. Not the same article, but the same type of information, same structure. And then I'll explain this to you. All right, so there's that. Okay, so we have law.com. This is the homepage up at the very top. I have a top level page that's car accident lawyer. Now, car accident lawyer, if I only operate in Texas, then I put in the slug car accident lawyer, but I tune the page for car accident lawyer Texas. Okay, with me so far? Now, depending on the SERP, what I mean by depending on the SERP is when you come over here and you look, say car accident lawyer Houston. We'll even use the same example, all right? What you'll notice is a lot of times, depending on the niche or the industry, see how this is, if you look down here on the left when I hover over this, see how this is right off the root? Car accident lawyer, and it's their Houston page, okay? Here, when I come into here, see how they're 2 levels deep? So that's a hard silo. They have practices / car accident lawyer for Houston, or maybe they just have car accident lawyer. Either way, it's showing up for Houston. When I come to this, we can see car accident attorney Houston. So that's off the root. So far we have 1 hard silo, but 2 that are off the root or flat. Okay. We come down here. This again, off the root. This right here, off the root. So this tells me that the structure that I'm showing you for this particular SERP, if one player has a physical silo, but 9 out of the 10 have a flat structure, we're going to go flat. It's the template that Google is rewarding, right? Now, we still have structuring. We still have the silo in place. It's just the way that I call it a floating silo. So here, let's take a look at this. So we have law.com. We have car accident lawyer. If we're only inside of Texas, we'll optimize this for car accident lawyer Texas. But in the slug, we put car accident lawyer, right? Now, supporting car accident lawyer, supporting that idea is this page here. Law.com / car accident lawyer / how much does a car accident lawyer cost? I'm supporting the main idea. Okay. But we know that the location pages are being rewarded off the root. So when I'm building out law.com / car accident lawyer Dallas or Austin or Houston, I'm building them off of law.com. But on my car accident lawyer page, on the actual page, I list my locations. You with me? And that's exactly how we would do this flat. Now, you can duplicate the same thing. I'll show you something here quick. What's really great about this tool, this was a new feature. I'm going to use it. Okay, Control C. Again, like I mentioned before. Oh. Here, we'll get all of this. duplicate, copy, Control C. It won't let me do it. Well, I tried. The only thing that would change here is if we want to end up going deep is this. So let's just say that we had another variant, right? The same exact thing. The only different though here, the only thing different would be is if Google's rewarding a hard silo, I'd have law.com/car accident lawyer, right? /car accident lawyer, Houston, we'll say. Okay. You with me? So this would only be if that's what Google's rewarding. But then what we would do here is here, I'll show you this. How you build the depth of concept is you would put your Dallas here, right? You would put your Austin here. And it's all supporting car accident lawyer in Texas. But then we would also have, don't forget this, cost of a car accident lawyer, right? And this right here is a hard silo building depth of concept. This is flat, but we still have depth of concept. Everything is internally linked and pointing up into each other. You see? It's all pointing together because on these pages here, car accident lawyer Houston, I'm going to still be linking over to here. And I'm still going to have referencing articles that support the main idea. Car accident lawyer is also being supported by how much does a car accident lawyer cost? You with me? They're both the same, but depending on what Google's rewarding, that's what we're going to do. These are the only two structures that we ever use, ever. Me, at least. All right. I'm sorry I had to hammer that home, but what I want to do here is I want to take this. Okay. We can keep that there. All right. Sorry to do that, but I don't want to have to draw that out ever again. All right. Moving on. Sorry for those that already knew that information, but I hope that it helped you. All right. Thank you. Good night. All right. Also to clarify, all right. Okay. Now, let's go back to Bing and we'll keep moving through. So if our analytics noticed increased traffic from Bing, do you have any suggestions for on-page and off-page changes or additions besides just Bing Webmaster Tools and Bing Places for social clients? So what you'll notice with Bing is they heavily reward high anchor text within the page, and they heavily reward high keyword usage. They also heavily reward AI images, and they also reward old pages, and they also reward exact match. So whatever you can, surmise from that, that's what I would do. All right. Did I have proper usage on that? Surmise. Let's just double check that quick. Surmise. Suppose that something is true without having evidence to confirm it. So without showing you, like that's what it is. Like exact matches, high densities, AI images, like old school tactics still work amazingly well on Bing. So if you're starting to get traffic over there, jack up the density. Jack up the amount of images you're using, jack up your A tags. But I want to point out, though, what you do there, you might get a benefit on Bing, but you might get demoted over on Google. But what Bing loves is age of page. That is a huge factor over there. Huge, massive factor. So I hope that helps you out. All right, moving on. When you're doing the city-based pages, should they contain completely unique content on each page or recycled content okay? So it depends on the age of your site, all right? So since this is in public fashion, my best recommendation is to have unique pages, all right? Now, there are certain percentages that you can utilize in order to be unique, and there is a certain amount of duplicate content or content that's on the site multiple times that can be utilized. However, if you're asking me on a brand new website, if I create one article and then I post that article across all pages and only change out geo modifiers, unless your site is 5+ years old or 3 years or older, the probability of that working out for you is highly unlikely now, right? Things have changed over the course of time. So I hope that helps you out. All right, Chris, I have a concrete contractor site. Main services are driveways, patios, and walkways. I do each of these in 4 different cities. However, the main search term is concrete contractor. That's right. Exactly. So why don't you use secondary services as supporting articles to concrete contractor? Right? Because I'm almost guaranteeing, depending on what that other service is, like driveway, concrete driveway, or any variation that you're thinking of, take a look. I'm almost guaranteeing that Google is probably rewarding the highest performing concrete contractor for those particular terms, those secondary services, patios and walkways. So what I double check, right? But what I would think, at knowing what I know, because I'm in the concrete business, not personally, but I have a client, is you probably want to go after a concrete contractor. So it's, yourwebsite.com/concrete contractor plus state or plus city, however your structure is. Probably, let's just say concrete contractor / driveway concrete contractor, patio concrete contractor, or concrete services, something along these lines. All of your supporting secondary services go after concrete contractor. It's supporting concrete contractor, or the main entity or the main idea is concrete contractor. And all of the secondary services, driveways, patios, walkways, whatever it is, or how much does it cost? When should you buy it? Where do I buy it? Who are the best? Those questions, the who, what, when, why, where, how questions, and secondary services should fall under in structure underneath concrete contractor. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that helps you out. I just went through this. Question. Do I put my concrete contractor plus location pages in header and footer, or my main service pages, or both? If you have dozens and dozens, it can become cosmetically appeasing, right? But ideally, if I'm in one state and I'm offering concrete contractor services in this state, my concrete contractor page is tuned for the state, and then I have my city pages that are in that state. I want that concrete contractor as the main anchor text in the header menu with a drop down of locations. The same in the footer, right? But then also within the body text, I also link to those pages. So to answer your question, yes. However, if you're doing multiple states, this can look very messy. So in that case, what we do is we just have top level pages. So the concrete contractor page. And then that's where we direct our attention. All right. Roman Brand. Yo, Chris, yo to you. The best way to build silos in WordPress. What is the best way to build a silo? I get wicked folders, and we use Bulk Menu Creator Pro. And with those 2 tools, I'm able to visualize and keep everything organized. And then I can bulk create based on words, the menus that I need for each of the pages that fall within a particular category or a set of whatever the keyword is. So if concrete contractor is your top level category, you don't have to set it in WordPress to category, but that's your parent page. And then your city pages are going to be your child's or children, I should say. All right. Thank you so much, man. Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Can you beat Age of Page? No. No. Age of domain you can beat. Age of page you cannot. Now, with traffic, on page, dwell time, like if they have page age and high referring domain count, and that page has been in the top position for more than 3 years, you're going to have a heck of a time beating them. Now, if they barely have any referring domains, but they have an old page and they've only been there for a year, you might be able to get in there, you know? In GBP dashboard, my suggestions lead to Google Cloud for things like the directional map to embed on website, autocomplete for address. Do you like using all of these or other recommendations? I think that's perfectly fine. I mean, you still have a URL going to the, just because it's an API URL, it's still a hyperlink within the page, right? Just because it doesn't go anywhere when you, a human, goes there, doesn't mean that the hyperlink doesn't exist within the page, and it doesn't mean that it's not there or being counted. So if you're utilizing an API or a webhook or whatever you're doing, if you look at the page and you look at the render DOM, you still see those URLs. So you're still getting credit, for lack of better terminology. So I think that's perfectly fine. Hit the like button before you leave. This is gold content. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, wow, we've made it through. I appreciate all of that. All right, so let's move into something. Let's move into something else then. All right, so 5 o'clock. All right. So, all right. Please note, so after today, all right, what we'll start doing, unless somebody would like to do a breakout session, we'll keep going here live within this channel. But moving forward, what I really want to do is anybody that has maybe an audit or something they want to address, whatever the case may be, I'm going to go over and check the member columns and see if there's any questions or whatnot. But we'll stay here for another, it's my birthday, so I'll give you guys another half hour or so. Plus, I have something I want to get through. We'll start breaking out. We'll have a little breakout session. All right. That way it'll be more intimate or more private. Okay. All right. So, last question. So, Chris. Okay. So, Chris, can you speak more on creating citations? Is competitor enough to do the basics? And also, what are the thoughts on POP or Page Optimizer Pro as opposed to Surfer SEO? So, both tools have made significant changes. Page Optimizer Pro and POP. They're both the same. Surfer SEO and POP. Now, I know Surfer SEO has, it's a lot different, right? I know they do a lot of marketing. For me, at the end of the day, Page Optimizer Pro gets closer to what I do manually. So I lean more towards Page Optimizer Pro. Plus, Kyle and I are on great terms. I love Kyle. I'm within one of his platforms. I'm good friends with Ted. I've been using that tool a long time. I like the tool. I also utilized Surfer for quite a period of time. Really, the content writer that I had loved Surfer, and that's why I really started diving into it. But with that being said, without any biases to friendship or past relationships, I would say try both of them. They both have trials, right? In my opinion, I like Page Optimizer Pro better. It gets closer to doing a manual count. However, with that being said, Surfer is close, right? Plus, it's a little fancy. So why not try them both out? Whichever one works better for your flow, that's the one to use. But just know in your mind, like, what's the header counts, paragraph counts, densities, variations, LSIs, co-occurring key phrases, right? Like, as long as you understand these concepts, you can make a best decision for yourself, you know? So that's all I can say about that. Happy B-Day. Happy B-Day. What kind of margins are you getting on services, Chris? Wow, that is a hyper specific. Well, I mean, we're in a mastermind. I don't mind sharing some of those details, but when we first started when I was doing monthly myself, I have my good friend Eric, before I brought my brother on and my pop, and we started building out a team, like my own team under the Chris Palmer Marketing LLC umbrella. My margins were probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12% because a lot of stuff was getting outsourced. I was just doing the on page, the technical, and of course I had to work through the shopping list. But as we started bringing citations in house, directories in house, Web 2.0 in house, EDUs in house, Wikipedia links in house, guest posting in house, homepage links in house, almost every single service we do within our own team. There's only a handful of things like, distributions. Obviously, I don't own Yahoo and like distribution hubs. So getting press release distribution, that comes from relationship. And I think now we probably realize, without pulling it up to give you a specific, I can't do, but what I can say is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30% after everything's done, doubled. And that's still while keeping the cost to value ratio very high, which has always been my goal. Like I like to me, I'm looking to offer high value for low cost. Like, hey, there might be some things like we slack on, like we don't like people. We have found that a lot of business owners, like, they're not SEOs, clearly, right? So they will have a magnitude of questions. So I had to literally get somebody just to field. It could be the smallest thing, like, oh, what does name mean? Like, is that my name or the business name? Like stuff like that. Like, oh, the submit form. I clicked the blue button. Like, that could be 4 messages because I clicked the submit button, but it just is spinning. Like, it could be anything. So getting somebody there Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 has been monumental. EDU links are still worth it for some categories and for some types of businesses, yes. How much would you charge for a website for a general contractor in LA? Well, that is always based upon, I don't know if you're new. I don't remember seeing your name at all, David. Maybe I have. If I don't recall it, I apologize. Marco, show me your site. I'll be happy to take a look at it. But how much would you charge for a site for general contractor in LA? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's go see together. All right. And I'll point out that, like, this is, I don't do packages because you can't package. It's productized custom. Like, unless somebody goes in and orders, we have to take a look at the asset. So if you came to me and said, hey, I want to rank for what was it? General contractor LA? General contractor Los Angeles, right? Realistically, if you came, let's see here. So what I'm doing right here is we're taking a look at referring domain count just to get a general idea. All right. And I assume that some of those terms are being dominated by directories. So it can be relatively difficult to jump those positions, but there's more than one term. Like you typed in general contractor in Los Angeles, but then there's general contractor Los Angeles general contractor, contractor near Los Angeles, contractor near me searching from Los Angeles, just general contractor. If I'm an actual user in LA, I'm not going to type LA, right? You see, there's multiple variants that can be within a page that I can pull traffic from. So just because I'm not number one for the base, I might hit a variation. So with that being said, looking at this, I think ballpark. So what is that? 2080? Citation. I'm assuming you haven't done anything yet, right? PR. Primo PR. Directories. Foundation. All right, so here we go. Roughly estimated to be at and then let's just say that you have, 10 pages? A 10-page website? So that's 10 pages. Let's just say it's a 10-page site, right? Times. So I would probably quote you roughly so that'd be 500 divided by, I'd say, hey, why don't you come on board for a 90-day plan, right? Let's start working together today. And we could start working and take you on at 1,030. I'd probably just tell you 1,050 a month, right? For the next 90 days. And then in 90 days, we'll come back and we'll reassess the situation, take a look at competitors, see where we're at. But that's probably, and that was a 10-page site, mind you. So that's roughly what it is. But no matter what, if you're just starting out, citations, PR, this is basic distribution. Basic distribution, your Market Watch, Digital Journal, Benzinga, those like 500, 600 links you get from like EIN Press and that's a basic PR. Your premium press releases, your Yahoos, your AP Newses, your Business Insiders, your monthly fulls, your big ones, those juicy ones that people want, business owners want, and I want them too. That's this one. Directories are stuff that isn't double verify. Foundation links could be Web 2, mostly Web 2 that's branded. That's a foundational link. Pages are page creation, page optimization, page upload, and page interlinking. Like doing each of those aspects in a page is very time consuming, and that's how you get to this number. When agencies are doing stuff in-house, you can see a lot of this stuff double. And then DR30 is these are guest posts that are at least DR30. You got $2,000 in links just to catch up. And then this is just authority stuff. I need to go get my brand. So that's why we do these things. All right. So I hope that helps you out. That's a very realistic estimate. Without knowing more, of course. All right. Can you briefly explain what the press release is? I can explain with an example. All right. Briefly explain what a press release is. So, press release. Okay. So here, say you come over here, you click on this, you scroll down here, you want a press release. Two different types of press releases. Premium press release, like we mentioned, are the hotter links or the better links. And I give a little sample. It's not all, but it's a sample. Then you can take a look here. So you get your Yahoos, right? And a press release, Trading View. Here's AP News. Let's take a look at AP News, right? A lot of people like that one. Better yet, here's Business Insider. That's a fun link here. So a press release is where we, in this particular instance, this was for a legal company. They're announcing to help Huff Legal PC, right? Announces help for residents in California in a wide range of legal issues. So, hey, we're announcing that we're helping residents in California. You can make an announcement or have news about anything, right? It's all about the wording. So what a press release is somebody has to write this article about your company without sounding salesy or promotional, or you can't get links like this, right? Like they won't post it, right? So what we're doing is we're writing about your company, who you are, what you do, where you're at. And then in exchange down here, what you'll see is probably, unless it's, yeah, these guys are a little funny. You get your name, address, phone number, and a link, right? And that's a press release. And that's from the premium side. When we're talking about more of a basic level, this is your basic level. And this is very, very common. And I've seen these range anywhere between $50, $60, all the way up to $190. I think I saw some people doing these basic distributions for Digital Journal, some of the better links, Market Watch, Benzinga. You get some of the juicier stuff, but then your radio stations. So what's this look like? I think this press release was written a while back. But here's a Digital Journal, unless it purged. Let's go see. Yep. So this is like a basic press release. So we get the logo in there. This was back in 2022 we did this. So it's been around a long time. But then you get your name, address, phone number. This is a friend of mine. Well, a business friend, of course. All right. So, and that's the difference between press releases and, okay, it's all in the links. It's a unstructured citation and a bunch of links for, in my opinion, a very fair cost. So cleaner, fair priced links that you get in bursts. So that's what it is. But a press release at the end of the day is news about your business. Thank you. Thank you, of course. Hey, Chris, I found a reason only 2 pages. Rank Math never updated the robots file that was set to disallow. It should have updated after I unchecked. Do you not? I unchecked do not index, right? Martino. Hey, Chris, I found the reason why only 2 pages on my site were indexed. Rank Math. Oh, updated the robots file. Wonderful. Thank you. That's surprising, though. It should have updated after I unchecked do not index, right? Yeah, generally they do. But also, here, I'll point something out to you. If you come inside of your search console, here, I'll show you something here. Here. So inside of your search console, this is mine. You scroll on down here and you go inside of your settings. And then under settings, you have your robots.txt file. Okay. Under your .txt file, this is where you can submit your robots file. So it may have updated it, but make sure you go in there and submit it. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. He can help you. We're literally adding more. Somebody in a forum called me a white hat warrior. I'm trying for a lot of our clients now, we want to make sure we're doing everything by the book. The book being what Google says, right? So we've fine-tuned processes as far as technical cleanup, GSC. So we're looking to add speed plugins, setups, and updates. For speed plugins, SEO plugins, updates, schema, robots files, technical cleanups, speed plugins, SEO plugins. On top of that, we're going to introduce ad setups. So organic ads. I've been running ads now for quite some time, learning it. I'm about to break the mark with ad spend to get accredited by Google. It's based on spend, right, inside of your ads account. So I'm about to break that threshold mark. Once I break the dollar amount threshold and they give me the accreditation, we're going to start offering. So accreditation, I think is the word. So once they give me that attribution, I'll be ready to go to market. Right? But I wanted to get that at least under my belt. Like, hey, I've been managing this. It's been a success for longer than 1 year. And I found success within my own business. We've ran small campaigns for local businesses, like friends. So we're going to start not only showing people how to do it themselves, but also offer advertising and organic ads, banner ads, map ads, and YouTube ads as a service. And then I'm going to start teaching it, because I've been doing the YouTube ads. I've been doing longer, but I feel pretty confident now. So that's that. All right, moving in, I updated robots. Yep, there you go. Nighthawk. How important is traffic when it comes to a guest post metrics? It's not important at all. See, page rank, traffic has zero to do with page rank. If you take a look, I think I made a video about this. I might have been for my group, but John Mueller, if you take a look at the videos for, I always remember I was in the live call when he said it. It was a little bit older. If I see the guy, I know which picture they use. But with that being said, it's even Google said, like, the page rank algorithm has nothing to do with traffic. Juice doesn't get passed. If the actual domain, the overall domain, is getting traffic, it doesn't. If I get a brand new guest post, the traffic that the domain's getting has nothing to do with that brand new guest post. But what does matter with metrics or getting a guest post is, are those pages internally linked? Do those links go on the homepage and then roll off? So like that's what I'd be looking at. Regardless, almost always where you're getting stuff, like, yeah, the sites might have 1,000 visitors per month, but when they're building a brand new guest post for you, your link is on a brand new page. It's just getting seen. Is it going to stay indexed? Will it stay there? Is that page getting traffic? See, there is value, though, if the page you're getting a link on is getting traffic to it, and it's going to send you referral traffic. That's worth money. Like, if Forbes.com gives me a homepage link, yes, that's valuable. The traffic matters. The page I have the link on is getting the traffic. I hope I've answered this for you, Nighthawk. All right. And thank you. I appreciate you coming in, David. All right. So I think I got through these. Did I miss anybody here? All right. So we took care of those issues. All right. Let me move this over. Throw my Debian. Well, it's not even. I quit Debian Web. All right. So let's get over here and see if we can finish this off. So I built out a on-page training, took my time on it, see how each of these have their own. So I'll go through this briefly. Intro, optimizing titles and meta descriptions, optimizing your canonical tag, or what is it and why it's important. 4, needed SEO Chrome extensions. So what I'm teaching is manual counting, so then you can use tools to help you. Number 5, how many words to write, and the over under technique. So how many words should you be putting on the page, and what is what I call the over under technique? Like, what's the high end, what's the low end, right? Then we know we're looking for that mean. All right. So number 6 is how to optimize a page for keyword and relevance. 7, creating content keyword lists. So this is a lot of fun. These are the keywords that matter to the page. Number 8, creating content from your keyword list. Number 9, header counting and optimizing H tags. 10, creating headers for web pages, like putting that data together. Number 11, image alt text and optimization. The image alt text affects the on-page optimization, so it deserved its own section. Number 12, laying out our page and images. So laying it out is, once you figure out your header count, then we know what the structure of the site's going to be. How many images? How many headers? How many headers are right? It's laying it out, putting the pieces together. This page here, let's take a look here. So what we're going to walk through here is we have a website. We're having a magnitude of issue. All right, so this was for somebody else. So here we can get rid of this. On-page resources. Laying out our images. Let me just take a look. The site. I'm going to Trump from big heading. We're going to upload it up. Right? Title. Oh, okay, and that's perfect. So that'll be that section. All right, let's see here. So what I want to do is I want to finish off the on page. If there's any other questions, we're going to finish this off. I should be able to finish this training off, which will make me immensely happy. I call these mini trainings. This, I guess, a 12 video average video length is 6 minutes, 3, 7, 7. Yeah. So let's just say there's 10 videos. So an hour long training, that's a mini training. All right. But there's multiple facets to it. So creating content from the keyword list. So here, let's get this. Content is from letters in the world into creating this piece of content. I was being a little silly there. All right. So if you have any last toss them in, but what we want to do here is we want to wrap up a few things here. Level up, level up. All right. All right, we're back. I did get the math quick. Sorry. I didn't recall it off the top of my head. I apologize. Okay, so we can pop this open and I'll stream it to you. No worries. Oh, wrong way. This goes in. This goes here. All right, put this over here. All right, come on back over here. We're going to go to slides. Oh, let me make sure I do this. All right, so these are the questions. I thought for some reason the membership stuff would be, I thought there was a tab, but I was wildly wrong. So here, let's go in here to slides. I just want to pop up our slide here. All right, so what we want to do is I have to relay this out quick. So we have the words, right? We already wrote it within the training. But what I need to have is, I know 17 headers. So let me just make sure I don't have that within here. Welcome back to the training. So these are the counts that I want to reach. I took one away and I added it to page 2. Now it's here for my primary. I'm just gonna do it. There's the page within. I'm adding these keywords, this amount of. All right, so I already added. This is the count. I already did the work. I just need to go lay the page. So that is helpful. All right, so let's just start laying that out. And then what we'll do is we'll start recording it once we're up. That will be the final piece of the puzzle. I did it the first time, and I don't even want to admit to you what happened. I recorded the whole thing, had the page up. Yeah, we won't talk about that. I did the work. I just didn't record it. Super helpful, you know. So right here, we'll come inside of here, all pages. Okay. All right. So let's go here. Oh, do it by date. It's probably the last one I messed with. Okay. All right, so edit front end. Here, let's just start laying in a page, and then I'll turn on the recording and we'll finish off this training, okay? But just as a brief recap, for those of you that are just joining, so we wrote a piece of content. Here's the piece of content with zeros and the proper word usage that we needed, okay? On top of that, I've already done the math. I have already done the math. So we know that we need 17 headers total, 9 are tuned. So these are the terms that we need. It's all in the training. But this is our 17 headers and 9 are tuned. So here's the 9 tuned headers. And then the rest are unoptimized zones. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and put this stuff in here. Now, I don't know why this stuff is here, but we'll delete it, add a section. All right. So what we want is, that one's kind of cool. I'm just looking for our basic stuff right now. This can work. Dark. All right. We'll swap this out, upload. So this is a GSA page, so we will put GSA in here, okay? We'll go back. All right. So GSA SER. So I want to have GSA SER. If that picture doesn't look good there, then we'll swap it. Here we'll go a little smaller. We'll go for maybe this one. This one does a good job illustrating what we need. Okay, let's go larger. Full. Thumb. Medium. Medium large. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right. Lazy load it. Yep. Image size. Here. All I want to do here, though, is I want to move this over some. So what we'll do here is this. I think it's spacing. There. All right, that ought to do it. Well, for this section here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this in here. Let me just do this page, and then that was another piece too. Like I want to make let's get most of it done, and then we'll just wrap it up and explain what we did. H1. All right, so there's our one. Okay. Content. Okie doke. Oh, boom, boom, boom. That works good. I guess that's one way to do it, but that's not what I prefer. I'm just looking for some content. We might go this way. All right, let's swap this out quick while we're here. I like that one there better. Okay. They're banging for me. Okay. Let me just see here how this looks. We'll take it from there. Okie doke. All right, so there's our section. That's one. Oh, I see. All right, what's the next one that I need? So GSA SER lists. Okay. So that's two. All right. This could actually be a massive section, so fair enough. 1, 2. All right, let's go one more. I'm good on the pictures now. Okay. Now we're just going to go to our headers. GSA SER list, link list. All right. Properties. All right, I won't bore you guys. I'm going to fill this page out, but I'm getting summoned. Today is my birthday. I got to lay this page out. I have some tests I need to set up as far as traffic and clicks, websites. I also need to upload, I think it's 2,800 pages for a real estate project that we're working on. So I won't bore you out of your minds on this, but I see that we're running our... Awesome. Turn that on. Let's go down here. Okay. Good to see you, Michael. Click the button, filled it out, my man. I'll see if there's any last questions here. Please put browser full screen. Well, I'll try to keep you sane. Chris, I'm hooked on your videos, man. Always good to see you. Hey, Ryan, good to see you, man. Do you have an affiliate link for POP? I'm about to get an account. I don't. If you check in the comment section of an older video, like after these ones are actually done, I'll go in the first comment. So go like 4 or 5 videos back, or go to my main channel and look in the comment section. There is it's a discount for you, but it's not like it's so you get a discount, and then Kyle in the Page Optimizer Pro team is able to note how many people I was able to introduce them to the tool. But it's not I don't earn anything. Like we have another deal worked out. All right. So, but you get a deal though. So that's what I aim for. Yeah, I don't do the affiliate now. Surfer, I think I put in the comment section Surfer for more beginner friendly, which it is, right? That one I think I do get 15 or 20, right? Pop, we have another deal worked out. And then the only other thing that I really, really love that I hate to admit to it, but I'm addicted to, which is AppSumo. And that's just all kinds of stuff. So I'm cool with Noah, so I put his stuff in there because I really like the platform. Kyle's stuff, Surfer's in there, and I think that's it. And then of course my own stuff. And I really I think we're gonna start maybe work out something with Ted because I love Quora, but moving forward. All right, I gotta run. So my time is up.